I never thought I'd be on Dorit's side, but the cigarette and kicking it to Kyle really did it for me.
Did it for us all.
That was a good moment. So Kyle and Erika didn't show up, and Dorit was extremely upset. She appreciated that everybody came, even Amanda, who she had problems with. And Bose infamously said, "You could have come for 30 minutes. You couldn't just come and give a hug and say congratulations and leave." Kyle is making it really difficult to continue to defend her from Miss Bose.
And the world is shifting on its axis, and that Erika is hanging with Sutton. Definitely epic moment. Dorit is showing off her linguistic skills and has embraced the language of cuntiness, a word that was foreign to her until Erika entered the building. This season has been about distractions, divorces, being unburdened, and being bored. So little to get into, and yet so much. Kat,
Let's get into it.
let's go.
Okay.
Well, Kat, here we are. We have come to the end of an era called Beverly Hills Housewives, season 15, finally.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Bravo. We wanted this to end, Elle. Like, Elle and I, we haven't been that excited about this season. What do you
We have
think?
not, but do you know what I'm excited about? I'm so excited about a dream come true because you and I have been talking about getting boots on the ground energy here, getting some fans in here who not only follow us, but more importantly, follow the show and has some kick. I can't say that because my mom's listening. Has some
Hot take.
has some hot takes to offer, and I am so excited to introduce the phenomenal Sonia Horgan that also has 15.5 bathrooms. Tell us, enter the chat, Sonia. Enter the chat.
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
Hi. Sonia Horgan is the name that I picked as an homage to Sonia Morgan, and the 16.5 bathrooms was originally 16 bathrooms because I'm from New Jersey, and Jennifer Aiden bragging about her 16 bathrooms was like one of the best things that ever happened. And then my account got hacked, so I had to do a 16 and a half bathrooms. So I figured that she would appreciate adding a half bath.
We were literally just talking, trying to figure out who had 16.5 bathrooms. In fact, you
And
called
I
and you're like, I
guessed that
think
it
it's
was
Jennifer.
Jennifer Aiden. I was like, I think Jennifer talked about her bathrooms for some
Right.
reason.
Like, because why not brag about everything in your life? So
Why not? And guys, you really need to check out 16.5 Bathrooms, Sonia Horgan, because her content is so hilarious. And she was
Yes.
hopping into the DMs, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, she's so funny. Like, just the way you
thank you.
capture the recaps um in your own way is just so phenomenal. So we had to get you on. Let me ask you question. 60 seconds or less. What's one word that describes your reaction to this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and why?
Prize, because I came in really not liking Dorit, and I never thought I would have to pick between her and Kyle, but they've always been like the same level of awful to me. But I mean, the cigarette helped, but really once she started letting Kyle have it, I was all in. So I was surprised because usually I'm just muting her until she's done.
No, I have always had a soft spot for how she shows up.
Mhm.
Really fell in love with her last season where she really entered the chat unbothered, unaffected with a Saturn hat on her head. That very first episode last season, and I knew that Dorit had reached a nodal line in terms of her relationship with Kyle when she was just letting her have it. I'm like, finally.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
same. I think a lot of the audience, like us three, we felt like finally, after years of Kyle picking on her constantly. And I agreed with what Bo said. If you really cared about her financial situation, you would be here to celebrate her win.
Mhm.
But instead, Kyle doesn't care. She just wanted a storyline and she went spreading around gossip about Dorit, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And we're gonna get all into that, but just tell me, just from the highlights, like what stood out to you with this episode?
The purse dropping was hard to watch. That was so
Yes.
hard to watch. Although I really liked that she could lose $40,000 on a purse and still save money on the Tums afterwards. She's like, no, it's fine. I was like, if I had that kind of money, I feel like that's pretty amazing.
You know, Jennifer Tilly should be a model of what all women should be, just
Yes.
truly, in fact, unaffected, truly
I
unbothered.
agree.
You know,
Yes.
she does her light flexes, which are really major flexes, but it's
Yes.
not really obvious. And the fact that she paid no attention to the 5 second rule because her friend owns the building.
No, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they're great with cleaning up what people walk on.
And then she immediately transitioned and got some appies. And she's like, okay, now life is good.
Yes. It's amazing.
She is.
Love her so much.
Me too,
You know, I
man.
think it's really important though, and I don't know how often y'all host parties and things like that, but I am taking notes, Kathy Hilton. Kathy, you have taught me something, and you are saying that you are the party hostess like no other. It's all about the details. It's all about the deets. So when
Mhm.
you come over my house, you can rest assured I'm going to have toilet paper and candles. Clearly that's important.
I always try to have like snacks for people, but I definitely do the candles thing too. And clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of cleaning.
I thought it was a lovely touch having matcha at the door instead of
I
champagne.
know. And
Yeah. That was
it's
nice.
Amanda's thing, obviously. So Amanda's like, I'll do the mantra.
Right. She'll put her name on anything too. She's so excited too.
She's like, is it
Absolutely.
ceremonial grade though?
God.
Cat don't have. I gotta give it up to Amanda Francis.
Oh my God. I am gonna have a corner. I never thought I would hear this.
Her in that pink suit. And at first I'm thinking, like, does Amina Malati make suits now? Because you know she had the pink suit with the little whatever. But anyway, she looks so fabulous in pink. Pink is obviously your color. Go in that direction. Erika leaning into Amanda and says, "Hey, Money Queen," which means that I think Erika might be opening up to her because she's giving her a nickname.
Yeah.
This is a moment, and Amanda's sitting there enjoying the girl, just being a girl's,
Yeah.
trying to be a girl's girl or leaning into being a girl's girl. She led a little bit less with her credentials. I rather enjoyed her this episode. Okay.
Yeah.
If you, Sonia, if you go back and you look at some earlier episodes, I kind of had some things to say about Amanda, but I really am starting to enjoy her evolution. I really do hope she gets a second season. What about you guys?
I
You know,
like
I've
her.
only, oh, I'm sorry.
So no. I liked what I saw more recently, like towards the end of the season a lot more. I think as a millennial, I look at her and I'm like, this is why people don't like us. You're making us look so bad. Most of us are not like
Ah,
this. The louder ones are just the ones who get the attention. But I thought this time she was good. I just worry that she might be getting used by Kyle and Erica and not realizing it. Like, I think Erica and Kyle knew well now that she went to that party, we kind of have to get her on our side. Otherwise, Dorit's going to have an ally. But I could be just like paranoid.
I don't think you are.
Do you think that's a Kyle move or do you think that's an Erika? Because I don't think Erika can. Erika is just like, how do I get out of this lawsuit?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Pick a
you
front of
know,
the big house so that I can stay there if I need to. Yeah, no, I think
right.
that it was definitely Kyle's idea, but Kyle has a way of suggesting things, I think, that make it sound like it wasn't her idea, but it was definitely her idea.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can I just talk about Kyle for a second?
Of course.
Kyle always has my attention, and I think she is the most beautiful when she's with her daughters.
Mm.
Yes.
And she has my attention when she's in the confessionals and she's talking about her stuff. Because to me,
Hmm.
her stuff, listen, Kyle, Mauricio did you dirty. Everybody know it, and that is obviously a thing that really hurts. I have to say, I'm neither a fan of Kyle or not a fan, but I will say that I question this new relationship she has with Morgan, and she has this house, and I think it's Nashville. I hope Morgan doesn't do her dirty because that would be double trauma. And I feel like in the back of my head that this is like your classic rebound relationship. You're not even divorced yet. You rebounded. I mean, property values in Nashville make sense to me. Okay, that's great. But you're in this relationship that is truly a rebound. And I wonder and I hope that Morgan is in it for Kyle's heart and not in it for the status and the money and the access and the agency that Kyle provides just by being Kyle.
Yeah. That's such a good point, and so do I. I don't want to see, as much as I disagree with what Kyle does a lot.
Mhm.
I feel that she's sneaky and she's a producer, but I still don't want her to get used, you know?
Yeah.
I think the same thing. I also worry, like, if Morgan is gonna lose interest. Like, I don't know that she was using her, but I feel like she's younger, right? And this is like, oh, I stole this woman away from, her husband, and but that might fizzle out because Kyle looks a lot younger than she is, but in a couple years they might have very different interests and energy levels and stuff like that.
You are absolutely right about that.
You
Because
know,
age is something you can't escape from.
sadly, sadly, this is the case. But I have to say, I really enjoyed watching Kyle and her daughters. I'm always excited to see them interact together. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all
They
of them
are.
together, including Kyle, are absolutely beautiful and stunning to look at. And she's raised such wonderful girls that seem to really love and ride for their mother, even trying to even trying to recreate Parent Trap, you know, because
uh,
I think every child really secretly wants their parents back together.
I
No, and
know.
I gotta tell you, I kind of wish they were. I wish Mauricio, get your act together. Like,
yeah.
this
And
woman
God
loves
knows how long he's been like that. I feel like there were rumors for
I
so long about him
know.
doing stuff that it's like, and because she's Kyle, I think we didn't hear about it as much, but I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of stuff for a long time was going on. Got like 15 daughters. You're not worried about messing them up in the future?
I know.
crazy.
Like he's playing father of the year, but it's like, look at what you have a different girlfriend every 2 weeks. Like
Right.
what?
And they're all in the same age range as your daughters. So, like, you're playing daddy to the wrong one.
Oh, girl, that was a good one.
You
Thank you.
know what? You know what? You guys are bringing something interesting that I've never thought about until now, just listening to you. As daughters, we take our cues from our fathers, and just in terms of watching how they move with their mothers or watching how they move with other women that they may be dating or what have you. And I really deeply feel that as daughters, some of our agency and how we show up and our confidence comes from that. And the messages that we receive about men that come into our lives comes from, our relationship with our fathers. That being said, I wonder how their girls are internalizing watching him date these younger women, going from girl to girl to girl to girl, hot girl to hot girl to hot girl.
Yeah.
How are they taking that in, not just watching their dad, but how does that land on how they feel about themselves and how they'll move in the
Right.
future with their possible mates?
It's hard.
Yeah. I think that with these girls specifically, because Kyle strikes me as someone who's like kind of emotionally stunted, that
Mhm.
they see the
Yes.
pain their mom is going through and they like jump into defense mode. So I almost feel like it's training them, like they'll need therapy, but who doesn't? But it's training them to like look for good green flags or like be aware of red flags and be like, no, because I remember what my mom went through.
Right.
Right.
I like what you said. Emotionally stunted. Let's go. Tell me more about that.
Well, like even the whole season, every time anyone did anything, she'd be like, "Why is Boz getting better treatment?" It's like, well, because she didn't just try to ruin her life on television, and the way that she kept going against like Boz specifically was very weird because it felt like targeted. I know that she's friendly with Dorit, but she wasn't being mean to Kyle about anything. So for
She
her to
wasn't.
keep bringing, and it like happened episode after episode, and it was like she's like a dog with a bone with that specific person. Felt like a little kid who wasn't getting the attention they're used to getting. Like the oldest child has like a new baby they have to share the attention with, and they're not about it. That's what it feels like the whole time.
Really do feel, and I know, Kat, you agree because we've talked about it offline, but I really do feel that Kyle's possible middle child syndrome does show up in
Mhm.
how she moves with these women. It's curious to me, and this is where Dorit wins for me in this whole debacle, is that and think back to last season. Was it last season? Was it last season? No, 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 no. It was the season before last, season 13, when she was in the limo. They were going to Crystal Minkoff's house, I think, for a party.
Hmm.
It was Taco Tuesday.
Was
Mhm.
it with PK in the
and
car?
Dorit had just come into an awareness that, you know, Kyle has this new relationship or this new friend. At the time it wasn't really a relationship at the time, and she's tattoos, and, you know, with Morgan, and that she was coming in a relationship that Morgan and her were getting very close. And I think that Kyle really missed, and unless it was the editing and the camera shots, I don't know, but it seems to me that Kyle really didn't connect. There was a disconnection between in her understanding about how much she meant to Dorit and that friendship meant to her.
I agree with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And even 2 seasons ago, like you said, Dorit was the one who kept saying, "What do you mean, Kyle? We've gone on vacation together.
Uh-huh.
We've hung out all the time." And then Kyle was acting like she's not her friend at all. Like, "Oh, we're not that close. We've never traveled. We've only done it once." But now in this episode, she's like, "Dorit, I'm your best friend.
Yep.
Like, me and
You say
Erika have
best
been there
friend?
for you." It's
She
like,
said best friend?
It
no, I
makes it
don't know if
sound
she
like
said
it.
that.
She's like very mad that other people might also be getting credit in a way that makes it sound like she and Erika are her best friends. So why would she be
Right.
doing this to them? Yeah, that's a great point. A couple seasons ago, I think it was, they all blend together to me. She started talking to PK and checking in on PK, and it was like, even if you just tangentially are friendly with a person, you don't check on their ex-husband. That's not a thing you do. Your husband is friends with them. He's fine. Like, you don't need to check in. It felt very weird that she wanted to suddenly ride for PK after she was only kind of friends with Dorit. It's just
Yeah.
whatever she needs to use in the minute, she'll use.
I
Do you
just wonder what that was about. Why did Kyle feel the need to talk to PK?
I think she needs the attention.
I think that there
Wow.
has been a long-standing resentment of Dorit, and I'll say it and I'll say it again, and I am willing to go back and watch the seasons to really make sure that this theory is correct. I really think that she's had a long-standing resentment against Dorit, even though they were friendly and did all the things for some seasons now, and I can't pinpoint which season. I have to go back to that Barbie Glam moment where she literally like crashed down on her for no I won't say for any reasons. Yes, Dorit was late, but you
Oh my
know this
God.
about your friend,
Right.
and her being late
She's
didn't make or
always
break
late.
Teddy's retreat that time. She chose
Mhm.
to be late because that's what Dorit does, and if you know that that's what your friend does, leave it alone and keep it moving. But she
I'm
made that
watching
such
this
a sticking
episode.
point, and ever since that episode, you could see the beginning of a fracture. She was just prickly about every little thing that Dorit did, you know.
Yes.
And Dorit is a star, in my opinion. She
Yeah.
walks in the room. She
I agree.
I think that Kyle doesn't want to share her stardom with anyone. She was even weird about her sisters being on the show. And it's
Yeah.
like, Kathy is you
right.
need Kathy there because everyone is afraid of Kathy. Like, she's not even scary. She looks at you and you're like, I'm so sorry. Whatever you need.
Right. And she has people for everything. Like,
Yep.
you can just be like, security, like, take that.
Yeah.
You know, this was the episode that we needed at the beginning of the season. Like, this was like literally the best episode of the season.
And I hate that they waited for the end to show us like 3 or 4 good episodes when it was such a mid-season the whole time.
Right? Like, they couldn't spread that out. It was exhausting by the end.
We didn't even need this many episodes. They could have
Mm-mm.
condensed stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very boring in my opinion, some of them. This one was a good one.
Yeah.
Dorit told everybody how she felt, and I applaud her for that. I think she handled it perfectly. And I think Kyle is just being Kyle. She's like, what are you looking at me? What about all the other
Mhm.
people that says it? It's like, Kyle, she's talking to you. Like, this is middle child syndrome. This is exactly what it is. It's like,
Yep. And she even keeps saying that. She's like, but can we talk about just right
yes,
now? Can we talk about just us? And she's like, well, no, because I won't get punished. And it's even that kind of language. It's like, you're not a kid getting in trouble by your mom. This is a friendship argument.
it's
I need to know
weird.
what
Yeah.
happened in her childhood and first of all, let me back up. I need to understand and help me guys understand. Has this always been her default when dealing with conflict? Has it always been, but everybody else is saying, or has she ever had a history or a pattern of saying, you know what, this is what I think, and I own my opinion, I own my perception of this, or has she always defaulted and said, yeah, but everybody else is saying the same thing? I
I
don't
get the
remember.
I get the feeling she's defaulted a lot because I think it was just earlier
Yeah.
season she was around obviously crazier people, but like the energies have calmed down. So it's like she doesn't have big personalities to hide behind because she also wants to run the show. So when she like kicked Vanderpump out, I think she had no one to hide behind.
Yeah. I am
Wow,
proud
good
of how Kyle has
point.
moved on, and I am proud of how Kyle has moved on and trying to reestablish herself and how she parents her daughters, and she's trying to figure herself out. She is, again, I say she's most interesting when she's a mom and she's in the confessionals talking about her stuff. She's less interesting to me when she's lethally producing.
Same, same. But I also feel like even in her confessionals, she says one thing but says the other, you know?
Yeah.
Right, but I'm talking about her confessionals when she's talking about Mauricio and she's talking about her
Mm,
hurt, and that's a human moment, and
Right.
I'm in it.
right.
But as soon as she
Right.
gets to that producing part and she becomes divisive, I can't.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think she's like she needs to like journal or go to therapy or something because every time she starts to talk about something real, she's like, no, it's too real. And then she deflects and then it becomes like a thing where she's mad about someone's purse.
Oh.
Yeah. So much to talk about. Hold on a second. Um, Dorit's cover reveal. Loved it.
Celebrate.
I'm sorry. Celebrate any little win. The girl needs a win.
Thank you.
Yes.
And people
Reading those
do
books.
have cover review parties. They do. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Their
kind of like a mini
everyone
vision
is
board. Like
their
she's like putting it out there.
everyone is insane for having this party.
Right. And it's like Beverly Hills isn't always surface level. We're surprised that like these women are cracking open a book in their free time. Let's be so serious.
Kathy
Right.
said it would take her the whole summer to read it.
That was pretty funny.
That
I
was
just love
hilarious.
that I think that her friends around her, and kudos to Amanda, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you don't ghostwrite, but you stepped out of yourself to come to this event that she had to celebrate her. And even though you're about women manifesting money for themselves and whatever and all the things, like I applaud her for showing up for her. I think it's so important that we and her cast acknowledge and celebrate every little step that she's making to reclaim her independence. When her kids walked into the chat, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Jagger looks just like PK, and I need to see more of that. I'd like to see more of her, um,
Children.
you know,
Yeah.
evolving from this situation in a real way instead of fighting with her castmates. I
That
also
will
need
be
her to
nice.
decenter herself just long enough to see how her trauma, which is real, but how she's so invested in it that she's not able to see how she is making her problem everybody else's. And that's where Dorit is not winning.
Mhm. And that's always been
Especially
Dorit's problem. She's
with
always make it.
Erica. It's like,
Mhm.
that's your best friend, you know?
Yeah. And Erika, like, I feel like she's a lot more sensitive than she lets on. So even though she was like, well, it's not because she called me the C word, but then she brought it up like 15 more times. Like, that really bothered you? I believed you. I didn't think that would bother you. I thought it was that she said, didn't show up for her, but I guess that bothered you.
But it's like her words, so it's kind of crazy that it did bother
I know.
her.
I know. It's like I don't know if it'll make her be more reflective or if she just feels like she needs to trademark the word.
I don't even get Erica this season. I really don't, because aside from being late, what did Dorit do? Or am I
Yeah.
just naive?
No, I don't get it either because first of all, why is anyone going to a dinner and waiting to order, like waiting for Dorit to come down to order? You know she's not going to be here. Just
Just order.
order. Just order. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter. She's not going to get mad about it. So I think that was all it was, but I get the feeling that it's Kyle amping it up and like playing victim a lot.
Well, I think if you just decenter this entire situation between her and Dorit and her frustration with Dorit and really just tap into who Erika is and the part of Erika that we've been allowed to know just through the seasons and also in her book, especially in her book, you'll understand that this woman takes loyalty very seriously because she has had multiple abandonments, not only by the men in her life, the father figures in her life, but also women in her life, right? Namely her mom, just feeling just having a relationship with her mom in itself that was deeply contentious at times, deeply critical. And so she's someone that has kind of grown up just taking care of herself, fighting for herself, and then marries Tom. And of course, she's a younger, beautiful, outstandingly freak of nature, beautiful woman, much younger than Tom was, and being in these high profile circles where women kind of judged her for being beautiful, quote unquote, possible gold digger, of which she's not. I think that there was genuine affection in that
Mm-hmm.
relationship. And so she's always led in feeling judged by other women. And so for her to come on this show, and she said it very early on in season 6 and season 7 repetitively, I don't really trust my boys, the gays are my friends, my crew is my friends. So for her to even try to open up and invite friendships and then finally open herself up to Dorit, I think it was in season 8, and say, not only you're my friend, we're the Fox for 5. Really
Yeah.
be there for Dorit
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
times, and Dorit to brush her off and call her cunty
That's a
and
great
call
Yeah.
point.
her in
You
Tuscany,
shouldn't have done that.
and to just literally displace her anger on Erika when Erika was all she was trying to do at Gelato Island was to mend fences
I
and
know.
place all
That's
this
true.
pressure on her. That's why Erika's like, yeah, you only get one time with me. And I resonate with that because I am that person. You get one time,
I
like,
cut people off all the time.
I get that. Yeah.
yeah,
And I actually, now that you bring that stuff up and her mom issues, I feel like getting told to be quiet, like, sent her, because she was like, Erica's like the kind of person who could cut you with her words, and she's going out of her way to involve herself to make it better. And then you kind of made her feel like she should shut up. And I think that, like, brought her back to childhood.
Hmm.
even so, you just made me think of something, Sonia. It reminds me of a chapter in her book. And guys, if you haven't uh, read Erika's biography, you really ought to. This would be a good time to read it because it will make her reaction to Dorit make total sense. The one woman that she was the closest to was her grandmother, and her grandmother accused her of something that she didn't do. And I think it was like, I think Erika might have been somewhere in her teens, maybe 15, 16, whatever. And she told her grandmother to F off, because she was so hurt that she wasn't
Yeah.
believed. And then when her grandmother finally realized, oh, okay, yeah, you weren't lying, they made up. She goes, but the sting was still there. I'm sure
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Gelato Island triggered that same kind of feeling like, wait a minute, what? I've got a resume of writing for you, and now this? Well, then F you.
Right.
I didn't even think of that, Al.
Yeah.
Like it's the same feeling of abandonment because
Absolutely.
she literally abandoned them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and especially she's
Wow.
the only one who speaks Italian. I know that they're safe because there's a 3 billion cameras there, but it's like, you,
Right.
did you leave them on top of a mountain with no, like, working knowledge of the language? That doesn't seem nice.
Were their phones even working? They were trying to call
Not.
Google. Like,
Yeah.
I think production ended up driving them home because it looks like the same black car.
And so
So,
I'm, when Erica decided not to go to that book cover launch, good for you. And you know what? Even better that you didn't let her know, because Dorit is the type of person, and Dorit, love you, but your linguistic abilities allows you sometimes to manipulate words and what people say. And I get it. I totally get it. But, I get that you're good at that, but a personality like that doesn't need any more words. They understand action. And she needed a impactful action. So, you know what? I'm not taking it no more. You're going to learn today. And that's
yeah.
what Erika gave her. She gave her, you're going to learn today. No, I'm not coming. Guess what? I'm not calling you.
Yes.
Right? It's
And
like
she didn't
me not
even
to be there.
care. She's like, nope, I didn't want to.
That's a great point, because she was talking to Rachel about it earlier, and they, like, kind of identified, wow, this would really hurt her. And I think that that's why she did it too. It's just like, she needs to
Yeah.
hurt like I hurt so that she gets it.
Yes. And
And
even in that
she,
moment,
yeah.
I felt like she was in consternation, thinking like, well,
Yeah.
gosh, part of me really wants to show up because she's shown up for me when I went through, like, Dorit was the only one that didn't really too much abandon her during the Girardi month of it all, aside from laughing with
Yeah.
Kay and Mauricio about Tom going to the hospital, the hand or the foot operation, whatever. Um, but at the end of the day, she had to be unburdened too. She had to choose herself and her dignity and buy her
Perfect.
currency back in that relationship. And I applaud that.
Me
Yeah.
too. Hope she makes a lot of money off of this book. I truly do.
Well,
Yeah.
pre-sales are down, so you guys get the book because pre-sales are down, and they're thinking about. I think what I've read.
Hey.
Don't quote me. That there was some consideration about snatching it. So order that book.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the book for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
am
want
gonna
to
read
see
it.
what she has to say,
Yeah.
especially about her marriage.
Yeah. 100%.
Because he was always gone for what, like 3 months at a time, going to London. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It
and
just
he always
doesn't seem.
seemed like she started having problems, like, getting upset about the robbery and stuff, and he was like, "My trophy is talking too much. I need her to, like, not bother me with things." That was, like, the energy
Yes.
I was getting.
She's here for looks, not for opinions.
Right, she can talk to
Yeah.
the other housewives, I don't need to hear any of this.
You got it. You
So,
really got it.
uh, so it was so good to see Denise Richards. I would have liked to see more of her. And just when we thought we were going to see more of her, she enters the Lions Den and she says, "Oh, by the way, I just remembered I have to go to Charlie's opening." She got the heck out of there.
I wonder if that
I
was
want
even
no parts of
true.
this, huh?
I wonder if that was even true. Like if there was an opening
We're
or
gonna have
she's
to,
just like, gotta go.
we're gonna have to cross.
Where it's so chaotic, she'd prefer Charlie Sheen's movie opening than that place.
Right? She's like, I didn't come back for this.
Yeah, well, she wanted no parts of it, but you know who wanted all the parts of it, and I'm still struggling to understand. I'm struggling to understand two things. I'm struggling to understand Sutton's bow.
The gift that keeps giving.
And I'm a fan of bows. In fact, I have a few dresses that have
I like
bows on it, but
those
that was like next
too.
level. And I'm struggling to understand why Sutton could not connect how inappropriate she was towards Dorit and confronting her at that party. Help me understand. You've been listening to part one of our recap of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills finale, and boy, are we glad that there is a finale. And can we agree that life is more fun when you bring boots on the ground energy into the chat and they're giving their real-time perspectives on all of the antics of our Bravo celebrities. Anyways, make sure that you tune in to part two. That episode drops by midnight tonight. And until then, we'll see you on the other side. Toodles.